that God has not given us a spirit of fear. Now think about that for a moment. When this was written by the Apostle Paul. And when, when he wrote this to Timothy, there was some problems. And see, the problems were this. See, Timothy, he was a young pastor. And Paul was in jail for the second time in house arrest for preaching the gospel. And there was a crazy emperor of Rome, Nero. He was the one who started killing the Christians during the Colosseum. And so, Nero had killed his own mother. He was a pretty bad fellow. Some think he was crazy. And so there was this fear in the area. And so when Paul writes this to Timothy, he's saying to Timothy, he's saying, as his mentor, as one that had kind of really just brought him up, he taught him a lot. He's telling him, Timothy, I don't want you to fear. I don't want you to fear. Let me ask you this. What do you fear? We all fear something. And here's the thing. We all have a choice of what we're going to fear or not. Or are we going to trust God? Now, there's different things that we fear. Some things are seen. Some of us fear, in a study, snakes were number 3 on the list of things that they fear. I'm good for that. Number 1 was public speaking. Number 2 was death. So basically, when they go to a funeral, they'd rather be in the casket than saying the eulogy. I'm not sure how that works. So we all fear something. Some things are unseen. Some things we can't see that we fear, and it varies from person to person. Some of us have, we have a lot of anxiety. We have a lot of worry in our life, and fear dominates our life. Let me tell you what anxiety and worry, what they are. They're warning lights. They're warning lights telling us to take our fear and anxiety to the Lord. He's there waiting patiently. He's there waiting patiently. Because fear doesn't come from God. Now, the rest of that verse speaks of that God has given us a mind or a spirit of power. What is that? An empowerment from Him. That He's with us, that He's in control. The second thing is love. A love that comes from Him, a love for loving our family, loving others, and serving other people around us. And the third thing He mentions is a sound judgment or a sound mind. Let me tell you, fear can drive you crazy. Some of you right now, you have a lot of fear in your life. You have a lot of anxiety. Maybe it's because of jobs, maybe it's because of finances, maybe it's because of your children. I don't know what you're doing. What I know is that we have a choice here tonight to trust God or to stay fearful. You've seen in one of the songs that they were singing about admit. Admit what? You see, the Bible tells us that in 2 Corinthians chapter 5 that Jesus, who knew no sin,